Hey, welcome back to another video. If you've been following along, then you know that we've been building my R33 GT-R, and in the last video, we installed the Uniclutch twin disc track clutch and ultralight flywheel, and in this video, we are installing a pair of HKS turbos. So here I've got a set of old school ball bearing 2530 HKS turbos that I picked up used from UP Garage, and then I had them rebuilt here at a rebuild place in Arizona that does really nice work. So these have been fully refurbished. Wastegate preload's been set. All the internal seals and everything in the center cartridges have been rebuilt. So these are basically brand new again and ready to go. I've got brand new stainless steel water and oil lines here. I've got brand new stainless steel exhaust studs for the inlet and outlet of the turbo. I've got OEM Nissan turbo gasket kit. This is the N1 turbo gasket kit. And I've also got these beautiful Tomei outlet pipes that are gonna go on these turbos when we get them in there. And then I've got a set of Tomei exhaust manifold gaskets as well. So first things first, obviously, before we can put new turbos on, we gotta take old turbos off. They can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to do in the car, but we're gonna do it in the car because I'm not gonna take this engine out. So that's the plan. So we're gonna dive into it and hopefully it goes well. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck. All right, so obviously you got the turbos out. I have a few things I need to do with these turbos. I got to strip off like some of the water and oil line feed manifold assemblies here that I'm going to reuse on the new turbos. And that's basically it. Everything else here is old. We're not reusing these down pipes. We've got the nice Tomei down pipes. Also, I got the block, the side of the block and the head cleaned up the best I could. We can start putting the new turbos on. So that's the plan. So I'm a big dumb dummy, and I installed that rear turbo onto the car with the Tomei O2 housing already installed on it. I was gonna make a heat shield for that Tomei turbo outlet, and I also have some reflective heat tape stuff that I was gonna put on the firewall right there, and I didn't do that. I'm gonna climb under there, see if I can unbolt the Tomei turbo outlet. Luckily, I haven't bolted the other one onto the other turbo yet. It's still down there on the ground with some additional heat shielding I've already made. Hopefully I can do it without having to take the turbo back out, because that's gonna suck, and I'm gonna be pretty mad at myself if I have to do that. Rear turbo is in. Got my heat shielding made here that I wanted to do on the manifold. I also did some additional heat shielding down on the firewall and around the AC drain tube. We've also got our braided oil and water lines in. These are for the front turbo, which obviously isn't in yet, but the rear turbo lines are hooked up. It's hard. Rear turbo on these is hard. I will say, obviously doable in the car. I'm doing it in the car. For sure would be easier with the engine out of the car, but I want to say it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it is still difficult and frustrating, and there was many moments where I was very frustrated with certain things. Probably wasn't the worst thing I've ever done on a car, but it was definitely not fun and not super easy. So I would say if you're not really mechanically inclined or don't have a lot of patience and a lot of time to have the car down and apart, then doing turbos, twin turbos, low mount twin turbos, stock mount twin turbos, whatever you want to call them, on one of these in your garage with hand tools, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily unless, again, you've got a good amount of experience with automotive stuff and have a pretty good level of patience and don't have to have the car back together in a certain time frame, because it's going to take longer than you expected, which is definitely taking me longer than I expected. But regardless of that, like I said, turbo's in, everything is good. I'm happy with all that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any leaks. These are really nice steel braided lines, and I've got new crush washers and banjo fittings on everything. AN lines are all tight. So I think we should be good. So now we got to move on to doing the front turbo. I'm sure you guys have seen this. This gets used on factory cars, but also a lot of race cars use this for heat management stuff. So I'm gonna do what I did with the rear heat shield for the front one. So I still have to do that. I've got the bottom turbo heat shield all done and ready to go. I've got my rear, or the front Tomei O2 housing wrapped. I don't know, it's a very, very tight fit for how this sits in here when the front turbo is in. So I don't know if I will have room to do a little piece of shielding on the side of this with that material like I did on the rear turbo. That was more so, I did that one on the back side of the rear turbo exit to help with heat for that, the AC rubber drain line. So I may not need it on the front, but if I can fit some more heat shield stuff around this, I will, because obviously everything on this side of the engine bay is close and tight and hot. So if I can keep some of the ambient heat down, it helps make the turbos more efficient by expelling some of that heat back through the exhaust a little bit quicker, and just keeping the engine bay temps down is obviously really important. So that's where we're at. So moving on to trying to wrap up the front turbo. Make sure you stay hydrated in the heat. Drink lots of water. This is Pocari Sweat, which is it's like a Japanese Gatorade, basically, if you're unfamiliar with it. Not necessarily the best thing for hydration, but I love the taste of it, and it is good to have a little bit of it when you're hot. Just make sure you're drinking lots of water if you're out in the garage sweating, working on your project car. As you can see, both turbos now are in. Both heat shields are done. I've got the water line for the turbos hooked up. All the water and oil lines down here for the turbos are hooked up. Got our O2 sensors installed, which you saw. So other than just getting the charge piping or the turbo outlet elbows back on, we're basically kind of done with this. Obviously, intakes have to go on as well, but there's a few things before we can do that. So obviously some cleanup and some accessories and additional components that still need to go on this side before this, car is ready to fire and run. But there's a few things we need to do prior to that. There are a couple of overlapping upgrades that I need to do before I put the piping stuff, the upper piping stuff, back on these turbos, which we are not going to be doing in this video. We're going to be doing in next video, so you're not going to want to miss that video either. But before we finish up the turbos, there's one more thing we need to do underneath the car, and I've got one really cool part left to put on the bottom of the car. So if you haven't already figured it out, what we have here is an HKS front pipe. So I'm really excited to get this on the car. A much nicer piece than what I had on the car, which was kind of an old school style Fujitsubo front pipe that came on the car already. In order to continue on with my theme of heat management, I am going to exhaust wrap the front portion. So we are basically done with the turbos. I'm sorry that we haven't been able to like start and run or drive the car at the end of the last couple of videos because of the things we're doing. Some of these are pretty big upgrades that take time, and I'm doing multiple videos over the course of that time, but trust me, it will be worth it. There will be a sort of finale wrap-up video to all the things we're doing to the car, you know, when we get it running, and then of course there will be a dyno tuning session video as well. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope you've been enjoying this series, watching me get to sort of build my dream R33 GT-R here. I know I've had a lot of fun working on it, sharing these things with you. So again, I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, you know, please consider liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, and turn the bell on for notifications. Because like I said in the last video, your mom's gonna wanna see this. And you're probably gonna wanna see what's coming in the next video too, and the culmination of everything that we're doing with this car. So thanks again for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the next one.